Good morning. It's Tuesday, so that only means one thing. It's time to talk about the Tampa Bay real estate market for the previous week. So let's dive on in. For Hillsborough County, last week there were 456 new homes listed. Of those, 12 were below $250,000. 261 were between $250,000 and $500,000. 154 were between $500,000 and $1 million, and 32 were $1 million or greater. That 456 number, that's actually down from the previous week. Price reductions, also down from the previous week at 649 price reductions. 16 of those were below $250,000. 395 were between $250,000 and $500,000. 210 were between $500,000 and $1 million. And there were 30 that were over 1 million. There were 325 solds last week. That was actually up from the previous week. 19 of those were below 250,000. 220 were between 250 and 500,000. 73 were between 500,000 and 1 million, and 18 were above 1 million. Pending homes last week were up as well from the previous week. 427 pending homes. 29 of those were between $250,000. 290 were between $250,000 and $500,000. 97 were between $500,000 and $1 million, and there were 20 that were above $1 million. So for the week in Hillsborough County, we actually added 29 homes net, with the 456 new and 427 going under contract. So inventory in Hillsborough County continues to increase, but the amount of price reductions, at least this previous week, were down. Over in Pinellas County, there were 234 new homes listed. That was down from the previous week. 12 of those were below $250,000. 117 were between $250,000 and $500,000. 80 were between $500,000 and $1 million, and 26 were over $1 million. There were 346 price reductions. That was also down from the previous week. 12 of those were between under $250,000. 185 were between $250,000 and $500,000. 110 were between $500,000 and $1 million, and there were 40 that were over $1 million. The solds, there were 217 solds last week. That is up from the previous week. 17 of those were below $250,000. 110 were between $250,000 and $500,000. 73 were between $500,000 and $1 million, and 22 were between or above $1 million. As far as pendings go, there were 266 homes that went under contract last week. That was down from the previous week. 19 of those were below $250,000. 157 of them were between $250,000 and $500,000. 73 were between $500,000 and $1 million, and 20 were above $1 million. Sorry about blinking. My contacts are, man, they're dry today. All right, so once again, Pinellas actually lost inventory. There were only 234 new homes listed, and 266 went under contract. And this is kind of becoming a trend now, week over week, where Pinellas County is actually losing inventory. So despite what the rest of the country is doing, at least Pinellas County is not, inventory is not going crazy. They're actually losing inventory. Up in Pasco County, there were 276 new homes listed. That was down from the previous week. 33 of those were below $250,000. 170 were between $250,000 and $500,000. 68 were between $500,000 and $1 million, and there were 9 over $1 million. Price reductions, there were 363 last week. That was up from the previous week. 29 of those were below $250,000. 231 were between $250,000 and $500,000. 104 were between $500,000 and $1 million, and there were 3 over $1 million. The amount of solds were up last week, 193. So that was up once again from the previous week. 38 of those were below $250,000. 107 were between $250,000 and $500,000. 51 were between 500,000 and 1 million, and there were 0 over a million last week. Pending home sales were actually down previous week, 261. 51 of those were below 250,000. 144 were between 250 and 500,000. 65 were between 500 and 1 million, and there were 6 over 1 million. So across the board, new listings across the 3 counties are all down compared to the previous week. But also the pending home sales were down, except for Hillsborough, where those are actually up from the previous week. So overall, all the 3 counties were still adding some inventory, not a lot. It's about, I think, 10 to 15. Hillsborough County is gaining. At least this past week, they added 29 homes. Pinellas County lost, 32 homes net, actually, went down. And Pasco County gained 15 homes. So it's not like we're getting, a ton of inventory. And the price reductions were down in Hillsborough and Pinellas County, but up in Pasco. So I think sellers are getting more educated on the market turning, and they're pricing their properties more accurately now, and not just throwing out a number there, so they don't have to reduce the prices as much. So if you're thinking about selling, reach out. I'd love to discuss it with you and come up with a strategy to get the top dollar in this market. If you're thinking about buying, I didn't check the interest rates this morning, but I know they were still in the 5s, lower 5s. So it's not the greatest, like it was earlier in the year, but it's not the worst either. So it just depends on your situation, what's best for you. But either way, if you're thinking about making a move, reach out. I'd love to help. Until next Tuesday, take care.